This week on Chicago Beer Pass, Nick and I are joined by Chalonda from Afro Beer Chicks to talk about Brew Year's Eve, events happening in the South Burbs, Revolution, Haymarket. It's going to be a great 2018 for the Chicago beer scene. Super excited for what's coming. So let's do it. Let's jump into this week's episode.
Yeah, because, you know, get a cork popped out, boom, it just flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it. The legend, Mr. Pete Crowley. I love Pete Crowley, man.
How's that beer? It's what you think it is.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. You ever go to, every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski.
Hey, Brad, I'm Nick White.
And we got a special guest joining us this week.
We do, man. A special guest, Chalonda White from Afro Beer Chick is in the building. What's going on, Chalonda?
Hey, fellas. How are you?
Welcome. Yeah, good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know we had talked about trying to have you on maybe last week to do like a Brew Year's Eve recap,
Yeah.
so we'll probably dive into some of that again and get your thoughts on
Okay.
it. But we usually kick things off here talking about the beer we're drinking, and Nick brought more beers from his cellar this
Right
time.
on, man. It's a Tuesday night cellar raid, man. I mean, these are two of my favorite people. I wanted to go in and get some cool stuff. You know, we got the class of '88 from Goose and Deschutes, and then we're gonna follow it up with a little bit of Prop 2016. Yeah.
Okay.
So I forget what's in that. So
Is
we'll
that
have
the
to-
coconut?
They all, I think, I don't know.
Or is that the...
This year was for sure coconut.
Oh, this year was coconut. Last
Yeah.
year was it the...
I think last year was the
Mumbleberry or whatever the...
It was the
Brambleberries?
No, it's got. I think this was the spicy chocolate one.
Oh, okay.
You know, like the peppers on it. Let me check out that box, Shalonda, while we're talking.
So then the class of '88 was released. Is that 2 years now?
2014.
Oh, 2014. Okay.
2014.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wanted to check this out because I went to go pick up my nephews, and they're bad as hell. But it was way out in the South Burbs, and this was the only bottle. I'm like, what is this doing here? I dropped them off. I'm like, let me grab a bottle, and I saw this on the shelf. I'm like, dude, I gotta get it.
Wait, at the store?
It was just sitting. It was just sitting. It was just chilling on the shelf at the store, man. So
That's weird. So it's sour. I don't remember what this beer tasted like
yeah, I remember
previously.
At Claiborne, there was a brewmaster of Deschutes there, and Brett Porter was there, and they were pouring this beer out, and it was overly boozy and almost like a Belgian triple. That's what it reminded me of. Right? But this thing, this is a Michelin Riesling and Oregon Pinot Noir grapes with Mount Hood hops aged in Muscat cask.
Okay.
Yeah. So Mount Hood hops debuted in 1988.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And then, and so did these guys.
Nice.
Goose and I keep saying this Deschutes. I hope it's Deschutes.
Yeah, it would be just shoots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're out in Oregon or they're in Bend, Oregon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
makes sense. I'm digging it. It is kind of sour, and last week we had a couple sours on, which sours and podcasting don't go hand in hand. 'Cause you have to talk, and they like just dry out your palate. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised at the tart turn that this took, considering where it started.
yeah,
So,
cool. Well, we'll sip on this, and I guess at some point work our way into this prop and
Yeah.
see what it's tasting like.
Right.
But yeah, stepping back, the Brew Year's Eve, we should get your thoughts on it. Everyone heard our opinions on it compared to last year's to this year's. Yeah, what'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. I've gone the last, this will be my third time going. So I really enjoyed the space. The space was awesome this year. I love the openness of architectural artifacts. I enjoyed the live band. For some reason, I don't know why I thought it was more. Right. I don't know why I thought it was more beer last year than it was this year. Maybe I could have been.
I agree. Maybe maybe they were all like closer together or something, but it did feel like more beer last
felt
year.
like it was like more beer last year compared to this
But
year's.
probably not. I don't know. Maybe it's probably like a difference of like 2 beers, and it feels like.
And so I drank so much, so I probably lost count. So.
Okay.
It was a good time, man.
It was fun.
So, how's the Afro Beer Chick website? How long's it been up?
Afro Big Chicks started in October of last year.
Okay.
I had been out the beer scene for like some years. I initially started in like 2011.
Okay.
And got the ball rolling, and parenthood made me step back some. So I decided, hey, it's time for me to get back out there. My kids are older. I'm ready to kick one out the house. She's on her way to college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's time for me to get back into it. So it's going great. I have been getting a lot of positive feedback from it. People are really digging what I'm doing, especially when I post my pictures to Instagram with the jury and then the vinyl. I have a thing for vinyl. So.
Oh, yeah, and it's not just about the just beer.
Yeah.
You also have like a vintage like jewelry line.
Yes, which actually turned one today.
Oh, right on.
Okay.
Vintage
Awesome.
79. So basically that started because, after my grandmother had passed, I was cleaning out the house and came across some really awesome vintage jewelry. And I'm like, some of them I kept for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Others, like, okay, I put it up for sale. And people were asking, hey, do you have more? Do you have more? So that got the ball rolling for that.
Okay. So did you end up find someone to make new stuff, or you like sourcing old, like you're out there trying to find stuff like it?
No, I actually hit up estate sales.
Okay.
There's a lot of cool stuff at estate sales. So
Oh, okay.
that's how I get my inventory.
Nice. Never been to a state sale.
Oh,
so-
man. You will be like the first, especially the estate sales up in Highland Park.
Oh, sure.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness, the audio, the electronic equipment, the vinyl, the jewelry, it's like hitting a gold mine up there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So cheap.
I went once to one in Aurora.
Okay.
Just one time. It was just like a friend of my mom's. It wasn't like I was going to,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I picked
Yeah.
up like a bed frame.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a really proper like bed frame. Probably the only one I've ever had.
Only bed frame.
It's the only bed frame I've ever had.
Don't tell anybody that.
There's a dude in my job. He's got a $3,000 headboard.
I thought, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I don't think everything added up is probably worth $3,000
That's a lot for a bed.
for a
Headboard, yeah.
Yeah, that's not about $3,000.
Good call on this sketchbook. What is this? The Orange Door.
This is the orange door to kind of offset in between our sour and our Bourbon County. So,
I feel like we need this, man. So good call.
yeah. Well, cool. So, what other stuff happens on their website? Like the beer stories? Are they event stories? Are they beer reviews? Or what can people?
Right now, there are event stories. I want to kick off something called Sunday Fun Day, where I'm reviewing a beer that I haven't had before. So that should be starting up soon. I'm taking all type of beer donations. So if anybody's listening, want to send me a beer, hit me up. And on Sunday, they'll get like a feature, and I'm going to give my honest opinion.
Okay.
So whether you like it or not, you're gonna get it. So yeah.
Right on. I do enjoy the jewelry and the beer, like almost pairings, kind of, when I see them on Instagram. I enjoy those a lot. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Cool. Well, then, so what happened this week, Nick? What'd you make it to? Because I slacked off. I took it easy after Brew Year's Eve and after recording. Just getting back in the swing of things. And it was so cold. It was ridiculously cold.
It takes all the fun out of it.
Yeah.
It really does. It's like whatever you got at home, that's probably going to be the end of it, right?
Yeah.
I ended up at Evil Horse down in Stager, Illinois. Crete.
That's Crete.
Crete,
Yeah.
Illinois. So this is Will County. This is way out. This is like, it's probably close. It's kind of close to Bourbon and Kankakee, I think.
Oh.
It's like maybe 20 minutes from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were down that way just to check the place out, because we went to Bourbonnais and it was the choice, right? We either go to Hailstorm or go to Evil Horse. And then never went to Evil Horse. So I'm like, well, let's go. So we ended up down there.
Nice.
I think it's so far out that they didn't really understand how to like treat wastewater from beer. The city didn't,
Oh.
And so they're like, well, we need to test this stuff. So they gave these guys the bill to test it. So like, we want to know how to treat it, but you have to pay for it because they're the only brewery in Crete. They're the only brewery within miles.
That seems crazy. Like, why not just move over a town then?
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, we're gonna have to pay for all that. Nah, we'll just go next door.
It's weird.
It's probably
how it
still
works
cheaper
out.
than doing business in Cook County.
Yeah,
too,
probably.
So.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So went down there. This space is nice. It's like an old saloon. Saloon?
Saloon?
Saloon. Jesus Christ. I'm the first one to open a beer. Now I'm slurring like 10 minutes in.
Lush.
It's an old saloon.
It feels like an old saloon. It's actually an old bowling alley. right?
Yeah.
It's right in the middle of downtown Crete. And so it's an old bowling alley that was opened in the 40s. So the bar is actually repurposed like bowling lanes.
Oh, that's cool.
And
really cool.
and they've got like a bunch of old bowling artwork around. So Evil Horse is named after the brewmaster's farm, right?
Okay.
So the brewmaster at this place is the founder of Boss Brewers of South Suburbia. They actually won. Steve Camp and those guys actually won the Beer Hoptacular homebrew contest last year.
Wow. Okay.
And they do their annual picnic at his farm at Evil
Okay.
Horse. So when he got the chance to be a brewmaster, he named it after the farm.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What beers do they have that people have seen or might have heard of? Because I don't know if I've even seen their stuff at festivals or.
I've never had anything from them, but the beers that they have there, they had one tornado.
The Tennessee Tornado.
Tennessee Tornado.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That one right there is amazing.
it was a trip, man. It was a Belgian quad aged for 6 months in Tennessee whiskey barrels.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a very strange play. Like, it confused my palate so much, man. Like, it was boozy and it kind of tasted like dry fruit, but then it tasted like, really whiskey and like bright fruits too. It was like it was strange, but it was really enjoyable. It was like 12%.
Well, yeah, I guess Tennessee in there, it's got to have that whiskey characteristic going on.
It has a nice kick to it. That's the one I enjoyed. And then everything else was your standards. They had a double IPA and an IPA. I like the IPA a little bit better.
Yeah.
Double IPA was way too much for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was really surprised at how great the place looked. Though. They did a nice job on this place.
No, that sounds really cool. I kind of want to just go. I want to go for the beer, but I want to go see what it looks like because you start to go into all these brew pubs. They're like industrial wood. It's like, these all look the same, and
Yeah.
It was a real comfort type atmosphere. They have a fireplace and couches, and you just kind of go, and it's like real chill, zone. So.
And dude's got his own. They're selling their own mustache oil and beard balm.
beer balm.
Beard balm.
Oh, beard balm. Okay.
Beard balm.
Beard. Can you talk today?
Beard balm. Yeah, they're selling like their own hair products,
Oh, that's
own facial hair products at this place.
Wow. Okay.
They're
Yeah,
hawking beard and beer.
it's pretty cool.
Nice. All right.
So that was the only stop I made. Cheers to those guys. I see Steve all the time because he's one of the judges on the homebrew contest at Hop. So I see him all the time, and he's got that Raleigh fingers twirling mustache.
Well, he's got to use his own products,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I don't think I can pull off like a big crazy mustache like that.
I mean, I try. I think I'm 70s porn cool, but really I just look like a cheesy like high school football coach. You know what I mean? But I try. I'll be trying to get the big stash, but it just doesn't work for me. I just look stupid. So, yeah. I look older than I want to look. You know who I really like? The guy who's the dad on Family Matters, the cop.
Carl.
I look like Carl Winslow. I look like Carl Winslow.
Oh man.
I wouldn't say that.
That's how I feel.
say.
That's how I feel.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Man, this class 88 is tart.
But you know what? It's good. And I'm surprisingly that I say that because, I don't like sours. But for this to be, like, really kind of tart, I actually kind of enjoy it.
Is layered is like compared to last week, we had 2 whiskey barrel-aged sours. And those were really light in body. This has a lot more substance body-wise. It's got a nice little malt backbone to it that I like.
And your palate's like adjusting to it, so you're starting to pick up more of those flavors and other things in there.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was last week. Should we dive into the Bourbon County and then talk about what's coming up?
I'm down with that.
Let
What
you-
do you guys?
I'll let you
You
open
go.
it.
You go's closer to you.
All right.
So now I'll check out this.
I need. So
This box.
This is last year's prop, Chicago only release.
Right. So this is maple syrup, chipotle peppers, and cacao nibs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is the like spicy sweet
Yeah.
one. Okay. I don't remember picking up any bottles of this. I think I picked up, I want to say a coffee last year. It might have been the only bottle that I ended up getting.
Oh, last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I got this from Miska's. I think last
Okay.
year. Yeah.
So yeah, Nick got his proper little Goose Island glasses here.
Goose. I mean, we talk about it all the time, but it means a lot to us. I think that brewery is like near and dear to our hearts. Still, the stuff that they make here, we still make it a point to go get. And whenever I'm on tap deck at the brew pub, these are the perception glasses they call them.
So you're pocketing them.
You can always count on Nick to have proper glassware no matter where he's at. Hey, I have some glasses in my bag. Let me pull them out.
A friend of the network may have,
Okay. All right. I see.
given them to us or something,
I like it. Sure.
So that I know we're not. This isn't the banana version, but I'm getting like banana.
Yeah, I get
Right?
I get
And the
smoke.
smell, yeah. Maybe on the back end when you taste it, but
Very interesting. So, have you had one of these recently, or a prop from last year recently?
Where were we? We were at
that.
Hopsmith Tavern over in
Yeah.
Niagara Triangle.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, they had like the whole 2016 lineup on.
Wow. Okay.
And we're like, what the hell? Why is this here?
Such a random night, too.
We didn't understand it at all. And this was right after Black Friday 2017. They had 2016 on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we had it then on draft, and I like it a lot more now. Now I'm getting more of the cacao nibs, and on draft, you know what I was getting? Almost like it tasted like a malt shake, like a malt shake with some peppers in it. It tasted kind of spicy. It almost tasted like, I want to say that's what it tasted like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that like smoke spiciness is making me think like campfire.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know.
I get that a little bit now when I'm smelling it the second time.
Like a campfire.
Yeah.
Maybe I just want to warm up next to it, like a fire, and then it's like.
Yeah, I get a little smokiness, but I love how it just kind of fades into that mellow, like cocoa crisp kind of cocoa. Yeah.
I think it's still
That's
tastes.
nice.
It's still tasting great. Like this wasn't. Was this the year it was sour, or was that the previous year?
Previous year.
Yeah, 2015.
2015.
Okay.
2015.
So-
20. It looks like 2013 was the first one, and that was straight toasted coconut BCS.
Okay.
Then they moved away from that to coconut water, and then they moved to pecans and guajillo peppers in 2015.
Okay.
And then in 2016, this is maple syrup, chipotle peppers, and cacao nibs or
Okay.
cocoa nibs, just straight cocoa nibs.
Okay.
Yeah. So. This is cool. I mean, I've been sitting on this for a while. I'm like, when do I drink it? When do I fucking drink this?
Well, that becomes a problem, right? That's why we often open beers for the cellar raids, and we post those because we have them sitting around. It's like, when do I open these? I have no reason.
I
And
bet
then
you have a cool cellar, too.
we've almost drank most of them now. Like,
Because I don't have a cellar. I'm the type of person, we're the type of people that when we buy something, we're going to drink it.
that's good. You should, because they don't last.
Yeah, I think I need to go ahead and invest like what you've got in like a proper like small fridge just for beer.
I probably won't even make it then.
I mean, it's probable because I would look at it and be like, well, I got to see what that tastes like.
I have a buddy at work who watches Chicago Beer Pass religiously, and if you go into his basement, he has 1,000 square foot cellar of beer, just goes all the way around.
Oh, jeez.
Like, when are you gonna drink this stuff? Like, dude, come on. I just never understand that because I'm the type of person, when I get it, I want to taste it. I want to drink it.
Yeah, it's really sad when we open up stuff and we're like, oh, this beer isn't good, and then you think, oh, that's $20 that like I could have used elsewhere,
Could
or
have bought some Litecoin.
yeah, I could have done anything else.
We're talking about Crazy Sellers. The Hop Review guys, they were talking to this guy we all know, Crazy Pete. He comes to every festival, and they said Crazy Pete, in his like condo complex, he actually he talks to the building and gets like the building's permission to have like a storage space.
Oh wow!
Just for his beer.
Oh, wow.
And some of these sellers get like, you get really, everybody's got to have a thing, right?
Yeah, everyone's got a thing, but beer is meant. It's
be
consumed now. Like they
Yeah.
don't release it to be like, oh, sit on this. Even wine, Maeve and I have been opening up wine that we're just like, oh, we forgot about this, and then you're like, can we keep whites this long? No. Like, and it's like, that doesn't taste that good. What were we thinking? And you just don't. Sometimes you just forget about beer and wine. You're like, I didn't get to that, and now I accidentally cellared it.
Yeah, I would say maybe like, even when we do the cellar raid, I would say maybe more than half of our stuff that we probably should have had whenever it came out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not the case on this
No.
prop. This jury's still out on this Belgian style ale from Class 88. So
It was probably better originally, but it's interesting now.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's interesting.
There you go.
I'd probably say that. So, as we sip on this prop, what's happening this week? We got a few events. New Year's is over. We're getting back into the beer fest scene.
For sure. Cocoa Fest is in Wicker Park this weekend. No, I'm just playing. There
Cocoa Fest?
There is
It's like a Cocoa Puffs?
It's Cocoa Fest, man. But no, seriously though, Revolution Brewing on Friday, January 12th at 4 o'clock, they're releasing Straight Jacket, that's their barley wine, and Double Barrel VSOD.
That's at the Kedzie location?
Yes, that's at the tap room, yeah. So I had VSOD. I didn't have Double Barrel VSOD, no. So not sure what that's about. Yeah.
So these are draft only releases?
No, I think these are bottled. I think they're canning these.
Oh, these are canned.
I think they're canning
bottled.
both of these, yeah. Yeah. They actually have a limited run. I forget the name of it. They got a limited run of the barley wine that they aged in like brandy barrels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like Cavassier barrels or something.
Ooh.
Like,
Interesting. Might have to check that out or head over there
I
after
never go to
work or
Raspberry.
something.
I don't know why. It's like the closest brewery to where I live.
Okay.
No, I never go.
Stop in sometimes, like after work, or just have one, or order food, or pick something up and eat it there.
I've only been one time,
Oh.
and that was the night of the Takayo party. Kind of snuck out and had the chamanella. Oh, that was so good.
Oh yeah, that Takayo 1 year anniversary at the East Room in Logan Square.
Yeah.
That party was not that great. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, but luckily, Revolution's right across the street. So
I was
there
like,
you go.
hey, I'm hungry. Let's go get something to eat. Okay.
Let's see. On the same day, Beguile is releasing Flannel Pajamas.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's in Kansas this year too, apparently.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one of their, I feel like, just one of the beers that they're known for. Flannel Pajamas, it's been around, I think, since their release.
Yeah.
Since their, I guess, opening. Just like, I don't know, I associate that beer and them together so well.
More so than any other beer.
Yeah.
That's true. I agree. Yeah. So that's all going down on Friday.
Right. Is that the 11th? Is that the same day as Clare's?
No, Friday. That's the 12th. Friday is the 12th. So on the 11th is Clare's Thirsty Ale. All the tickets are sold out, but you can still get it on tap. I still don't know. They open at 11. You can pick up bottles at 2. What time are they tapping? I don't know.
Right. And then their party, their 6-year party, I believe, is that Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Busy week. Also on that day, the Hop Review is having their annual Stout Fest. So that's a $25 ticket where they'll have 50 stouts and it's a blind tasting. And then whoever's there, they all vote on what they thought the best was.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a Hop Review and Few Brews.
Oh, okay. Did you go to that last year, or did you go to their other event?
I went to the one in the summer.
Oh, okay.
It was the Ultra Fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at the Right Way Signs.
That's okay.
Yeah, which was cool because it's like a dead end block, so it's like a full on block party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is this their first time doing the stout?
I think they did it last year, but I don't think it was open to the public last year.
Oh, okay.
I think this year it's like we got this venue, we're charging tickets, and we're hooking up with another crew to help promote it.
Nice.
Kind
Okay.
of thing. So, yeah, that's the same day as Clare's.
Okay.
So that's a nice little doubleheader for a Thursday.
Friday.
No, that's Thursday.
Oh, that's Thursday.
That's
okay.
Thursday. Yeah. Let's see. Should we dive right into Sunday? I don't know if we got anything on Saturday.
I didn't see anything.
All right, cool. So Sunday is the 4th annual Stone Fence Cider Cocktail Competition. So that is so apparently Stone Fence is like a really popular drink. It's like a cider and whiskey based drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I didn't know about it, so I went to this party. So this is Virtue Cider.
Yeah.
They host this event every year, and it's a fundraiser for it's their annual mitten drive. So they have this benefit for a crew called the Cornerstone Community Outreach. So they raise money for them through this. It's $25 a ticket. It's at the Violet Hour in Wicker Park, and there's 8 local bartenders.
Okay.
And they all compete, and the crowd picks a winner. Yeah. Last year, this was at the Chicago Athletic Association. Yeah, so they moved it to Wicker Park this year.
Nice. That sounds like a good event. I haven't had the Stone Fence. No, I don't know much about it, so it sounds cool. So is that it for the events this weekend? Man.
That's it, man.
Yeah. I know a lot of people do the like dry January, so maybe like
Yeah, people are still in recovery
Yeah.
from the holidays.
so
How you
they're
doing on BCS, man?
yeah, I'm alright. I'll
Then
take
not
a
to
little.
mention people, you know, whatever's going around. It's like, okay, it's been slow. So I expect for it to pick up like the end of January, beginning of February.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like once that Valentine's Day kind of happens, then people are like back, like, all right, we're going out. Maybe it's starting to warm up.
Because then they're looking forward to summer. Like,
Yeah,
summer's
then we
almost
can do
here.
that.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's all true. So,
Nice.
yeah, short week.
Well, before we get out of here, we got some beer news. What did we see happening?
Yeah, right on. Cheers to Upland Brewing. They're celebrating their 20th anniversary
Cheers.
in 2018. Yeah, so they've got a return of their preservation pills. They got a Sidetrack IPA series, and they're doing a bunch of they're doing a sour series for that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I went down there last year.
Right.
And those are pretty fun guys. Yeah, and they've got 5 locations throughout, like southern and central Indiana. I really like their Latitude IPA. They have the one with the coconut in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Upland Wheat is probably one of my favorite beers in general. Like, it's just a nice summer beer, easy drinking. It's, I don't know, no frills kind of beer.
Yeah, they say that the Upland Wheat and that champagne lager that they brought back, the name escapes me. Like
Not Dragonflies or IPA.
Dragonfly IPA.
Is that out?
Yeah, Dragonfly IPA, Champagne Velvet, the lager that they rebooted, and Upland Wheat. Those kind of like toggle between those are the top 3.
Oh, okay.
And they all kind of rotate. Yeah.
Nice. Because they're 20th, so that means Deschutes and Goose is their 30th, right?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
30.
true.
Yeah.
They're coming up on Dirty 30.
So we should see some good beers from them this year.
And some,
Awesome events
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
some killer parties. One of my favorite parties ever was probably Goose 25 block party.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 5 years ago now.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the Clybourne 20th.
Clybourne 20.
20th was pretty good, too.
Yeah, Clybourne 20 was good too. Yeah. Those kids do know how to party, those Goose Island kids.
It's pretty bad when you're like, I remember 10 years ago that other party.
I know. Doesn't it make you feel old? Like, oh my God, like 10 years ago?
Yeah, right. The Brewers Association announced the grant recipients for their research. They gave out a bunch of research grants, right?
Okay.
It was, to support barley and hop programs, right? There were 17 winners, mostly universities that have these kind of programs. And then they gave out $432,000 in grants
Oh, nice.
for universities to research how to better grow barley and hops.
Okay.
Yeah, so cheers to those guys. Tickets to the Pollyanna beer dinner at Side Door, a place that we like to hang out.
Yeah.
Went on sale today. That's a $75 ticket. That's a 5-course dinner.
Yeah. Those dinners are always pretty good.
Side door.
Yeah, at Side Door.
Yeah, Side Door is a place that's sneaky good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we interviewed Jeff Andertuck there on one of our episodes. That was a good one to go check out. He's telling us all kind of weird haunted mansion stories because that place is attached to what used to be a mansion.
And those steak nachos. Whew, those are really
The pastrami sandwich.
Oh,
I've only
pastrami.
been. My job is like right around the corner from there.
Okay.
I've only been once since it opened.
Oh, man.
But the pastrami sandwich is amazing.
Love pastrami.
Too bad I gave up meat.
Oh, okay. But we had the steak nachos one time when we were in there, and they were.
They're good. They are sneaky good all the way around. A lot of
Really?
people don't know. They have they've got a license where you can they have a to-go license. So you can get a large format bottle and go back to your hotel with it or go home
really?
with it. Yeah.
Really? I can get some beer and go back to work?
Yeah, because they have they got a seller program there and they'll sell you stuff to go at that place.
Good to know.
Very
Okay. All right.
Very cool. And finally, man, Dinosmores Coffee is coming out this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got a release at the tap room. So I think all the bottles are spoken for. They're doing that pre-sale thing
At the Mousetrap.
at the Mousetrap. Yeah, this year Dinosmores Coffee is using dark matter coffee, a blend of El Salvador and Pacas.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So that's Saturday?
that's Saturday. So I don't know if you can get bottles, but I'm sure it'll be on draft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you might not be able to get bottles. It's a release, but not a bottle release?
right. I think they sold all the pre-tickets, the advance tickets for the bottle release.
This is becoming a bunch of bullshit, I think.
Claire's and
All this,
yeah.
I agree the whole waiting in line thing sucks, but then the selling it all, beforehand, that's just becoming like another thing. That's like,
Yeah.
oh, unless you're super cool and you know the tickets go on sale at this time, you will never have this beer. And that's like, well, now I don't care. I like, right. I'm not liking this trend.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
The Off Color guys, they have a really cool 2-pack format for these.
Yeah.
You get 2 12-ounce bottles for like $10. Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess go there and give it a try and be sad you can't share it with anyone.
Well, yeah. I'll just be happy you get to try it on tap.
Yeah.
That's going to be me at the Clare's release. Like, well, can I have a full 4, please?
Or just go to any of these brew pubs and realize no one outside of Illinois will ever have these beers.
Yeah.
And they're just as rare. Like, don't chase these bottle releases and know that, you're having Camel Toe at Peace and no one else is having that ever.
I love it. Camel Toe's a great name.
Really?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, so we'll see. I know the Off Color guys, some of that stuff they send out of town, but most of it, they're going to it'll be gone that day.
If you can buy a bottle beforehand, this is why I don't like it, because it sets it up to sell all the beer before you ever make it, right? So it starts to be like, if you can sell beer before you make it, why, like, oh, it'll be out on this day. Okay, we sold all the beer, now we'll know how much we can make.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Like futures.
Yeah, it's you're betting on
futures.
the beer coming out. It's like, I will bet. I want to buy your beer for 2019. I like what you're doing. I'll just buy it now, and I'll get it at a cheaper price because you have the money now. It doesn't seem good.
Oh yeah. If we keep this up, that's where this is going. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna find a lot of people doing that, and it's gonna suck.
Yeah. Because I know there's the Beguile has the CB's.
Yeah, they're a community based. There's a name for it.
Where you have like a growler and you can go in every week, kind of like you do with like fruits and vegetables, where it gets shipped to you every like week or 2 weeks. A CSA, but
Yeah.
a CSB. So you go in there every week and you can get 2 growler fills, and you already paid for that ahead of time. That seems different because it's not like a limited release. This is just like, hey, we're the beer. You get it at like a discounted price because you bought more of it, but anyone could come in and buy it. But
That's why I just go to Pipeworks, man.
All right.
I can roll in on Saturday, man. Get my hops, get my barrel aged stout, and get out.
All right. Cool. Well, that's gonna do it then for this week's episode, right?
I think that's it. Chalonda, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me. I had a great time.
Where can people find you? Find Afro Beer Chicks?
They can find me on Twitter at Afro Beer Chick. Yeah.
Nice. And Instagram too, it sounded like, right? Yeah.
Instagram, Afro Beer Chick, and then on website, afrobeerchick.com.
Awesome. How about you, Nick? Where can people find you when we're not here?
Right on, man. I'm on Twitter at Nicosio.
And I'm on Twitter at BRAD. Chicago Beer Pass is on Twitter at Chicago Beer Pass. Website, Chicago Beer Pass. Everything gets posted there. iTunes, Stitcher, the YouTube version. And then we got Instagram too. Posting on
We're
that.
on the gram.
Yeah. So check that out as well. And we'll be back next week with more beer and more events. Take care.
Cheers.
Cheers.